They don't like the game.
What's going on, guys? It's Josh with Accountability for All. Gonna let everybody file in, and we're just a few minutes early, and we're here with the big one, folks. This is the audit, right? This is the whole reason that we came to Chicago. I'll let everyone file in here for a second. All right, Eric, be awesome. This is the audit. The police station that assaulted Joe Luna. And up here, got the notification. Awesome. This is the one. This is the whole reason we came to Chicago. All right, this is the whole reason that I'm here, and we're not going to take it. I've seen some craziness here, guys. I've been like straight up attacked on. Police just going nuts. This place is lawless. But you know what? This is it. You guys, we flew here in a plane for this moment. We're 4 minutes away, and they got questions to answer. And I'm not playing games now, guys. This is all or nothing. We didn't come out here to play patty cake with the baker's man. We came out here to wipe them down. This is a constitutional wipe down. And we're just a minute away. Only a minute in, 77 people. Share this, make it go viral, because you know what? They didn't give a shit about Joe Luna's rights, right? He wanted to film. They wanted to violate his rights. They wanted to bundle him, smash his camera, throw it on the ground. All right, so I'm going to offer them the same level of respect. I'm going to respect their rights the same way they respected him. I don't even think it's possible to disrespect them as much as they disrespected him. So my blood's been pumping. I've been running around this town, this city, this state all day, and I've seen nothing but tyrants. Everyone has a problem with the camera. Police get hands-on, and we've done some good. We've had the opportunity to actually make a difference here and let them know what the heck's going on, and see them admit that they were wrong and make some changes. Doesn't change the fact that what these people did are wrong, and they're going to be held accountable. And that's why we're here. Joe can't go in because of the criminal BS trespass order they gave on him. So he's going to be a couple of yards. He's going to be far enough out where he's not violating the law. All right? But we are going to be with Constitutional Kevlar, Disorderly Product News. We're going to be with hashtag Our Tow Truck Girl. We're going to be with Chi-Town Accountability and Windy City Audits. And I think Joe Cool and Freeman want to meeting us there. And I've done a lot of research. I'm kind of going to take the lead on this one, because I have a game plan of what I'm going to do here and how I'm going to rock this. How far out are we, guys?
2 minutes.
2 minutes out. 1 minute out. Derek, what's going on? We're at the police station in Chicago where Joe Luna from Accountability for Chicago, formerly Auditing Chicago, was illegally detained. Well, first, before he was illegally detained, because he was filming, they assaulted him, they broke his phone, and they straight up said it was because he was filming. Now, they couldn't charge him with filming because it's not against the law. They couldn't charge him with disorderly conduct because, you know, he wasn't being disorderly. They hit him with criminal trespassing.
There's one that cuts off right onto it.
All right, and we are pulling up. And I'm not going to release the name just in case any Chicago PD's watching. But we're here. This is the big one, guys. We're not going to take it. What's up, Jason? Pete, civil attorney. You can go to www.paypal.me/accountabilityforall, or you can hit the super chat button or the sticker or something like that. I think PayPal's the cheapest. The www.paypal.me/accountabilityforall. What's going on, guys? Rebecca, how we doing? I'm gonna be safe, but you know, this is the one that you guys sent me here for. This is why I came. It's great to come to Chicago and audit, but I didn't come to Chicago to audit. I came here for Joe Luna. Where are we at?
There's permanent parking.
I might just.
That's what I'm saying. You guys want to bail out?
Yeah, we might. How close are we?
Literally like right here. We'll just do it like
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna pop out. I don't want to give these time if they're figuring out where we're going. I don't even want to give them time.
And then I'll just pull up at the end.
Yeah, sounds good.
Huh?
Right here? We getting out here?
Everything here. Yeah, go ahead. Just
All right.
Or you want to wait till I get half of the street and then get out?
All right, fine. Yeah, whatever. All right. Yeah, sorry guys. We're just bailing out because we don't want them to see us coming in. we're not giving them any heads up, guys. I mean, you must understand I'm serious, because I'm like popping out of cars. Obviously within the law. You know, I would never violate the law the same way the Chicago PD violates the law. I leave the lawlessness to the Chicago PD because they're fake. Here we go, boys and girls. Ready? Is that it up on the left? Where's the disorderly product? Stay here, Joe. Stay there. Joe can't come on the property. All right, where's disorderly product news? Joe, we got you, buddy. Joe, you got my solemn promise that we're going in there. We're gonna make this right for you.
All right.
All right. Does anyone have constitutional Kevlar on the line? Guys, let's go. Phones down so they can't see him. Joe, stay back there. Phones down so they can't see him. Guys, we're just going phones down so they don't get the heads up. And I think they're waiting for us, guys. We're going to obey the crosswalk. Joe, go phones down so they can't see. Let's go phones down so they can't see. Yeah, the bootlicker's called ahead, guys, for sure.
One by one? Or all?
Let me kind of take lead on it. We'll go one by one. We're going to stay calm, not be argumentative until they bring it. Here we go. Let's go. Got the AEM, automatic extortion machine. I think that's like, oh, I haven't seen time cards in a while. Like normally, like maybe that's a time card machine. That's old school. Like sometimes I see like payphones and it's like a blast from the past. What's going on, guys? How are we doing today? Good, thanks. All visitors must sign in with the desk sergeant. So maybe I should sign in. Sergeant, am I supposed to sign in with you? It says all. Does that mean like anyone coming in the police station, we come check with you?
No, only if you go behind security.
Oh, all right. Can I have your name and badge number, please?
For what purpose?
Because I'm asking you to identify by your state policy, by state law, and by your departmental policy.
State law.
Yeah.
There's no state law.
There's not?
Department policy is not a state law.
Well, chapter 37, but
Yeah, it's not chapter 30. It's just
37.
department policy. Yeah.
Well, it's a little gray area because.
All right, so
It's Sergeant Noah, 1476.
1476. I mean, it is state law, but if we just want to go by departmental policy, then that's also. Gentlemen, how are we doing today? Can I have names and badge numbers, please? Right, yeah, I have. I don't have my glasses on, so.
Go.
And the badge number?
1891.
Thank you, officer.
Trap was 4412.
4412. Thank you very much, guys. Are we allowed to film in here?
You do what you want, sir.
As long as you're in the public area, you can
Okay.
stay.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I was a little confused because I was on a live feed with someone when they got arrested for filming here. So I came all the way here from Boston today to make sure that you're respecting people's rights.
Yeah, we can't comment on that because it's an ongoing case.
Well, I'm a witness to it. I'm commenting on it. So, I mean, the big guns are here now, boys. We got the views now. All the way from Boston, I came to make sure you respect people's rights.
looks like they've been brought up to speed.
Oh, they have been brought up.
Pretty quiet.
I understand with emergency lights, like if obviously if you guys have emergencies you have access to, like you're exempt from like certain traffic laws or parking and stuff like that, because you have to be able to park wherever you need to be able to access whatever emergency or to assist any citizen in need. If there is no emergency, right, is it legal for a police officer, I'm just throwing an example out there, to park in front of, if it says, let's say there's a fire hydrant, it says tow zone, and there's a handicap ramp. Is it legal for an officer to park there?
I'm not required to answer your question.
I mean, well, you work for me. I don't, so you are.
For you, I work for
You do. What do you?
I don't work.
Who pays you? Who pays you? Are you private sector? What's up, Lieutenant?
Nothing. How you guys doing?
How's it going, man? Can I have your name and badge number, please?
Yeah. My name's Lieutenant Jim Delafonte. Badge number's 530.
Appreciate it. Thanks, man.
You're welcome. Have a good night, okay?
You too, man. Filming isn't a crime. Let's not assault any more citizens and violate their rights for filming. What's going on, man? Can I have your name and badge number, please?
What's up?
Can I have your name and badge number, please?
Latka, 3071.
Thanks very much, man. Appreciate that.
No problem.
Quite a change in the atmosphere.
Yeah, very.
I think they know they did wrong. So there's probably got
Oh, look at this word, boys and girls. Look at this word. I'm not even playing. An obligation or willingness to accept responsibility or to account for one's actions. Accountability. And guess what? My name's Accountability for All. You're live right now with close to 500 people watching. I have a combined audience of about 100,000 people, and I came here from Boston to make sure that there was some accountability for your illegal actions. Because when someone films, they're practicing their civil rights. That doesn't give you the ability to assault them, to censor, or violate their civil rights. No comment's a very easy way to kind of touch base on this, but I love this. Civilian is a person who is not a member of a military, police, or fighting force. Police, responsible for the prevention and detection of a crime. Accountability, an obligation or willingness to accept responsibility or to account for one's actions. And the fact that I'm here right now and they're not censoring my rights might be a step towards accountability. Did I hit 10,000? There's no way I hit 10,000 yet. I'm putting these videos out for Auditing America. Congratulations for him for hitting 100,000. So I want all of his 100,000 audience to be able to see that we're here in Chicago and what we're doing. I'm close to 10,000. I appreciate that. Hey, maybe I can come to Chicago and hit 10,000 while I'm exposing some oath-breaking tyrants.
So I did a weird video outside with kid with I don't know, he has a learning impairment, right? And they kind of bullied him, they laughed at him, they made fun of the way he talked, and he asked them to identify themselves, and they said no, in a mockingly way.
He
Right?
said he was mentally challenged.
So he wasn't even in the station, he was outside the station. They came and confronted him and they wanted to know what his problem was. So he followed them in and asked for their name and their badge number. They would not identify themselves. He went outside, he called Josh. who
That's
lives
me.
in Boston, that's Josh. And he got on the phone with him and told him, well, go back in there and just ask for their name and their badge number. There's a simple request, right? He came back in here when he asked for his name and his badge number. He was putting a chicken wing. His face was planted into that door right there. His phone was...
Well, no,
smashed.
it wasn't. What happened is I called first, and they started giving names and badge numbers. But one of your tyrant, oath-breaking pig sergeants told him it wasn't legal to film, and I had the whole thing recorded on Facebook video right there. Said it's legal to film. So they took his phone, they throw it on the ground. He says, "Am I being detained?" He's no. So he's not detained. He's free to go while he's getting smushed up against the door. He's not under arrest. And he says, "I'll give you one more chance. I'm going to put you under arrest. So you're going to stop filming." And he says, "I'm not going to stop filming. It's my right." So they bundle him, they put him on the ground, then they put him under arrest. Well, they can't charge him with disorderly conduct because he wasn't disorderly. They can't charge him for filming because filming isn't a crime. Photography is not a crime. So after 3 hours, because you guys got like over 500 calls, right, from all around the world, because I get bills from everyone asking me if I could help pay for the calls because they were disgusted by your actions, right? So then, after when people are behind closed doors, no one can really comment on the issue. He's released, and filming's not. At the end of the day, I get the video. He said, "I'm going to arrest you if you continue filming." So it's bad cops like that that will put you guys in danger. right? It's bad cops like that if you're a good cop will give you a bad name. And it's bad when people from all over the world, because you know what? Right now, everyone on this live feed is putting the US in the US of A, us, we the people. And it's bad when people from all over the globe, from this side of the continent, from this side of the world, and from this great nation have to band together to fly someone from Boston out here to hold you guys accountable. Because you know what? No one thought that kid was going to have a following. No one thought his voice was going to be heard. Well, guess what? It was heard loud and clear, and I'm his megaphone for freedom. And all you guys, every single one of you, because if you didn't stop it, you were for it. And I know that at least one person here right now was on that night. And you know what? You guys, he's a very nice kid, but you're very lucky because that was an excessive force issue. And the Constitution, luckily, allows any citizen, when an officer is out of the bounds of their realm and not acting in the capacities of their duties, they can use up to deadly force to restrain the criminal combatant, which is the officer. And he took that beating. After you guys called them mentally handicapped, and the world's already seen that. I'm saving the video of him getting assaulted for trial. But 4 officers out there, including the sergeant, say, well, you're mentally ill, you can't talk, you can't get the words out of your mouth, do you need an ambulance? I'm your own son. Pick on me. Here's the thing, I got lawyers for days. I'll take the arrest, I'll fight the case, I'll win. And I'm gonna hold you accountable, I'm gonna hold you accountable, I'm gonna hold you accountable, you accountable, and you accountable. Because one is a representative of all, because no one's distincted themselves and said, you know what we've done is wrong. A sign on the wall that says accountability, an obligation or willingness to accept responsibility or to account for one's actions, posting a sign is as good as the sign in the paper that it's written on. Just like the policies, right? Oh, it's our policy, you can't film. It's as worthless as that sign, right? You don't pick on someone and say you're mentally ill. This is not my suggestion. You can go on his YouTube channel right now. You guys laughed in his face and told him he was mentally ill. You made fun of him and accused him of being mentally retarded. And you know what? What if he was? And so what if he was? Shame on you, and you, and you, and you, and you. Do you have anything to say for yourself? Forget the arrest for a minute. Forget the fact that it's an ongoing investigation, okay? As far as in...
Answer whatever question you want.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Please stay there so I can see.
This is a public area and I'll be right here. Thank you.
Fine.
Is it appropriate for an officer to confront any civilian, tell them that they're mentally ill, not asking for assistance or if he requires assistance for some mental anxiety, but in a manner of gesture to make fun, to demean?
I'm not sure where you're going, if you're referring to a specific incident, I don't know what you're referring to, but it is appropriate to ask somebody if they do need treatment.
That's...
Including for mental health.
Okay, so he asks for a badge number and he says, what are you, mentally ill? Are you retarded? That's treatment?
I can't
If you
respond
think
to
that's
that
an
because
acceptable answer, are you retarded and do you need treatment?
I have no idea of what you're referring to.
All I'm
so
asking is
you're asking me a hypothetical.
if in general, okay, not to see if someone needs assistance, okay? If an officer in a demeaning fashion, is it acceptable for him to make fun of a citizen and poke fun at him and call him mentally ill or retarded as a form to demean him, in your estimation?
Never.
Okay, well, you know what? I appreciate that, and you guys got some work to do here, because you know what? We're gonna hold them accountable. All right, I'm gonna be at that trial, and I can promise you something. And I've never made a promise on film. I've made 2 promises. I made a promise to him that we would hold you guys accountable.
I'm not sure who's him.
The victim that you guys assaulted.
I don't know what you're referring to.
His name. Well, you know what? You should get to know his name. His name's Joe Luna. That's the person you guys beat and illegally detained.
Nobody here has any idea of what
Okay,
you're referring to.
so you guys ID. He had a problem with you not IDing when people were saying he was mentally ill. So he called me all the way in Boston. I started a Facebook recording. He came in and he asked for IDs, and I made a few phone calls, and you guys did ID. You did the right thing at that point. And he was leaving on his way out, and the sergeant came in and says, and it's all in video. It's not contestable. It's not edited. You're not allowed to film in here. And he says, well, I am allowed to film, and I'm going to film. He goes, no, you're not. And he goes, well, and then he goes to grab his elbow. He says, don't touch me. I can film. And then at this point, he pushed him between that glass partition over there, and he tried to grab at his phone. And he said, am I being detained? He goes, no. He goes, then you can't touch me. And then he took his phone, he threw it on the ground. He goes, I'm going to give you, quote, I'm going to give you one more chance to stop filming or you're going to be under arrest. I'm not going to stop filming. On the ground he goes, and then I got a real great shot of his face smushed up against the ground and the Sarge saying, I told you to stop filming. Now, they couldn't charge him with filming. That's not a crime. He wasn't being disorderly. They didn't charge him with it. They would have. They charged him with criminal trespassing. However, he was not ever given a trespass notice, or a trespass warning. So
Then that issue will be adjudicated in court, right?
it absolutely will. And you know what? I hope that officer has grandkids because they're going to go hungry and starve on the street so he can eat tacos or whatever else he chooses to eat while laughing that you guys made the mistake to pick on him. And I promise you, I will offer every bit of financial assistance I have. I will offer my attorneys, and I will not stop until that officer is telling people that they shouldn't park in front of JCPenney. So do you guys have anything to say? Would you like to issue an apology for what happened to him? It's not you didn't do it, but would you like to issue an apology for what happened? Because I came a long way for an apology. On behalf of your station, on behalf of the incident, or just in general that his rights might have been violated.
I'm listening to you. I'm not gonna apologize for something that I don't have this knowledge of.
What do you mean? You guys have the knowledge of it.
As I stated to you, sir, this person was placed in custody, he was charged with a crime, that issue will be adjudicated in court.
So no apology.
No apology from me.
On behalf of your op, you can't own that. Say, listen, you know what? If something was done to him where his rights were violated, I'm sorry.
If that were the case, then.
If that was the case, though, can you apologize? If that were the case, agree with him, maybe disagree to agree to disagree.
That statement will come at the end of this whole investigation, if there is.
I'm asking you. You seem like an all right guy.
Well, thank you.
I'm asking you, if what I'm saying is true, we'll say hypothetically, if what I'm saying is true and if this happened, which it did, because there's about 6 cameras.
If what you claim to be true is in fact, it is true, then that is a shame. I will tell you that.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Well, can I say this real quick, Luke? Because I'm from here. I'm from Chicago, so it hits a little bit closer home to me, right? He's from Boston. He's not from here. I already came here. And if you watch the video, it's indefensible with Sergeant Daniels, I believe what his name is. He was flanked by 4 officers. 2 of them were patrol officers. 2 of them were behind the desk. A young, bald, probably Puerto Rican, and a taller, bald gentleman, white. They came out with smiles on their face. They knew exactly what they were going to do. They called him, he may be autistic, he may have learning disabilities. They came out with smiles on their faces and they were there to bully him. It was the most disgusting act I've ever seen, right? And maybe that might be a little bit hyperbole, but there's no way you can watch that video and say, I'm okay with those people.
Would you like to
being
see it?
No, thank you. I would encourage you to give that.
Well, in your free time, Luke, look up Joe Luna, 17th
Give that
District.
information to the lawyer.
And I can promise you, just by seeing your reaction and stuff, I can promise you, there's no way that you would defend their actions. It's indefensible. So at least.
Well, we don't know that. We don't know that because I had to work hard for a somewhat apology, so he could be defending their actions. I'm not as nice as everybody else. Excuse me, sir. Are you on a break right now?
No.
All right. Well, could you please put your phone away? You're acting in the capacity of your duty, and I've read every page of your policy, and so has my attorney, and phone use is not acceptable unless you're on your personal break time. So could you please put your phone away while you're working for the public? Thank you. Unless it's an ego thing and you have to hold that phone out, because I'll make the rest of this video about you, because I can promise you it's gonna circulate.
There's nothing to do about an ego thing.
Okay, so is that a work phone? Are you engaged in a
It's
work
my
matter?
personal phone.
It's your personal phone. So right now, I've read your policy. Like I've said, my attorney's read your policy. It goes against and violates your policy to use your personal phone while within the official capacity of your duty. It's not an emergency or work call.
I have 2 personals a day, and I'm taking a personal.
Then take your break and take. If you have to take off your badge, you have to clock out. But you're not. The public's not paying you to play on your phone.
Okay. I'm on my break.
Then take your break somewhere else when you're not acting within the public capacity of your duty. Do you guys have a break room here for your employees? Sarge, do you guys have a break room here?
There is a break room here.
There is. Thank you very much, Sergeant. I appreciate you guys have both been very professional. I'm sorry if my attitude's directed at you. Your sergeants indicated that you have a break room. Please take it there. Or else I'm going to have to get a complaint form against you. And trust me, I'll have about 5 We'll start with 5,000 people signing it. Thank you very
I'll get off the
much.
phone for you.
Thank you very much. Well, you didn't get off the phone for me. You got off the phone for the people, because this is the people's
Aren't you
building.
part of the people?
And you're a people's officer. You didn't do it specifically for me.
But
But I
you asked.
appreciate you doing it on my behalf.
But
Thank you
asked.
very much.
You asked.
Are the areas that are off limits or authorized access for police personnel clearly marked? Like if I go there and I want to walk around the buildings, it say where it's police personnel only? All right, cool. Thank you. Thank you for not being on your phone while you're working. We appreciate that.
That wasn't easy to do, trust me, I've seen it.
Question, not to put you guys in the spot. I'm here to bring accountability and to educate. There's things I don't know. I've made a lot of mistakes in my life. I continue to learn, okay? And this is not a setup. If you don't know the answer, you can just say I don't know and the question ends there. Do you know what the First Amendment is, sir?
I don't know.
Okay. I appreciate the honesty, because the answer I normally get is, yeah, I know, and we ask them what it is. The First Amendment, it's basically the freedom of speech, but it gives you the right to gather, okay? It gives you the right to practice whatever religion you want, all right? Any sexual orientation you want. You know, it kind of like a good summarization of it is Martin Luther King said, you know, I have a dream that will judge people not on the content, the color of the skin, but on the content of their character. So that's the First Amendment, and that is the building block to American freedom. That is what your job and your badge is based on, to protect the citizenship and the civilians of this beautiful country. And he was here exercising his freedom of speech. The Second Amendment is the right to bear arms, okay? The Third Amendment, to house soldiers in a time of peace or war. The Fourth Amendment is the right to be secure in your persons, your papers, and your effects, to be free from impediment, and to be free from illegal search and seizure, okay? So right now, we're only in number 4, and his First Amendment was violated, okay, with his censor of free speech, and when his property was seized before he was taken into custody or detained. And then his right to remain silent. They tried to enforce that right on him because he was trying to use his first speech. But you know what? Any impediment of the following amendments goes all back to the first, okay? It's a circle of life for freedom. And we have a duty as free citizens, as police officers, as dispatchers, as paramedics, as your everyday citizen, to make sure that the person to your left and the person to your right is protected against hate, bigotry, and oppression. The free of liberty shall be refreshed from time to time with the blood of patriots and tyrants. And there's a lot more patriots than there are tyrants. And I need you and everyone else here to take notice of this. And maybe you won't do it in front of us, but life isn't about what you do in front of the camera. That's what's beautiful. Life is about and defined and dictated what you do when no one's looking. So I ask you, when I leave, when no one's looking, and you question yourself, maybe you can go through the light and flash your lights and no one will see. Maybe it's a quota, you gotta give somebody a ticket if that's what you do. Maybe this guy flipped you off and you might be able to get away with ticketing him. When no one's looking, look inside yourself and do the right thing. Because that man out there looked within himself when no one else was watching. He certainly didn't have me to impress. He could have walked out that door and shut off his phone. He's not even from this country. He wasn't born with this freedom, he earned it. And I ask you to look inside yourself, and when no one's looking, to do the right thing. Can you make that promise for me?
I have no comment.
You know what then? Take off my badge, you're a tyrant pig. Get out of my building. You're a shame to your colleagues, you're a shame to your badge. Get out of my building.
Really fucking shameful.
That's where I'm stopping.
And I want,
Shameful.
and I don't want anyone to call the 17th precinct. Please, I'm asking no one to call. I would appreciate that no one call the 17th precinct in Chicago
That's disgusting.
and ask them about Officer Trapalis. Now again, it would be unlawful or malicious of me to ask people to call. So I'm asking people do not call about Officer Trapalis. I asked them to not go online, print out a complaint. I asked that the 100,000 people between both channels that I'm going to air this on do not go online and demand your resignation, along with the sergeant that violated his rights. And I promise you one thing. When you guys did what you did, you screwed up. And that mistake is going to follow you now. And guess what? I flew all the way from Boston to tell you this. That's the reason I stopped you today. Get out of my building, tyrant. Better yourself. Your kids are ashamed if you have them. I don't even want to ask how many people's rights you violated today because I don't have enough fingers and toes between all of us to count.
Sorry, Park One.
Up? Oh, please do not call the 17th precinct. Thank God I said on film not to call. Accountability.
Hello.
It's a beautiful word. Now we can attribute Officer Trapalis for doing it. Oh, the phones are ringing.
All you had to do, man.
Hang on.
Do not call. Oh, please, everyone. I don't want anything. I don't want to interfere in any police business. Please do not call the 17th precinct here in Chicago. Please do not call.
You're allowed to call, but if they tie up the lines, you can't answer services for the general public.
Well, I'm telling them not to call, so that would be on you, just like it was on you to protect his rights. Now you want my help? Figure it out yourself. Blame it on him. Do not call. Wow is right, but you're saying wow about 1 week too late. Thank you for honoring your oath. I told you that you worked for the people, and now you are. Welcome to my world. Phones have not stopped ringing. I don't know why. I've asked people not to call.
Absolutely.
Oh, thank God I brought my Nike Air Maxes so I can make it back and forth. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, sorry, another call over here. Sorry, excuse me. Whoop, sorry, I gotta go back over here. Sorry, guys. Whoop, another call over here. All right. All right, don't call the 17th precinct in Chicago, Illinois. How we doing, Pinzine?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing better now.
I'm glad.
I know you are. I know you are. School's in session, boys and girls.
We're here for you. Don't think we're not. We are here for you. Thank you. 17th.
Do you need,
17th District, can I help
do you
you?
need any police service, sir, that I can help you with? Okay.
17th District.
Hanging up on your citizens, huh?
May I ask who's calling?
17th.
Hi, 17th District.
Welcome to the Constitution and the First Amendment. You've just been audited. You've just failed. Better yourself. You disgust me. Enjoy the rest of your night. I know you won't. All right, guys. I made Joe 2 promises that we would hold the Chicago police accountable. I feel like promise number 1 is kept. Hey, John, I'm tough with the camera out of my hand. Why don't you come find out yourself? Hi, John Watkins. This is what happens when you F with freedom, boys and girls. Do not call the 17th precinct in Chicago. Do not hold these tyrants accountable. Did you watch, Joe?
Yep, the whole thing.
How do you feel?
That's how I feel.
Now's the next step. We go to court. Thank you, Jason D. This is for all the ones that suffered from police injustice. No justice, no peace. Fuck the police. No justice, no peace. Fuck the police. No justice, no peace. Fuck the police. No justice, no peace. Fuck the police.
Experiencing what you experienced, right?
Yeah.
So that makes you feel good?
I'm fucking furious.
Goosebumps? You're furious?
Yep.
Why?
Oh, I just want to go in there and...
You just got emotions, right?
Yeah.
You don't know what.
What's going on, guys? Thank you so much for flying me out here. Because you know what? I've been auditing for just a short time, right? I've been lucky enough to get some exposure to try and spread the word. But I'll tell you one thing. This is the best thing that I think I've ever done in my life. Okay? We're making some changes. We're holding people accountable. And you know what? I think we made them think. Joe's channel is Accountability for Chicago. You can check out Disorderly Product News, Chi-Town Accountability, hashtag Hot Tow Truck Girl, and Windy City Audits. If you'd like, you can get on the www.paypal.me/accountabilityforall, or you can go to the super chat. I'm gonna keep live just to make sure there's no police retaliation.
Is there a difference?
Vash is my pleasure. It honestly is my pleasure. I'm gonna keep live right now because it looks like a cop's following us. Guys, let's keep. I have some information the police are trying to retaliate. I have some inside information that the police are gonna try and retaliate. I just received a message from a contact I have within the Chicago Police Department. I made sure I was well set when I came out here, letting me know that a retaliation is in. They're working on it. So we're gonna keep you live. Because when the camera goes off, that doesn't mean the rights violation starts. Thank you, Charles. I appreciate that. CPD transparency, they did. I'll tell you one thing. This was worth every second of the flight. And I think it's great. They have the word accountability in the lobby. And how dare they? Accountability is what I stand for. Thank you, Jason. Accountability is what Joe Luna sacrificed his rights for. Accountability is what every great American that looks at this country and sees the possibility of better stands for. And they post the people's logo in the tyrant's domain. All right, we'll go in the lion's den and take the steak back then. We, the people of the United States of America, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice. I mean, it all starts there. It all starts there. Thank you so much, everybody, for getting us out here. We're going to do some more filming tomorrow, but this was the bulk of it. I go live every week at 9. And you know what? Hot Tow Truck Girl is celebrating 1,000 thank you news now. Hot Tow Truck Girl is celebrating 1,000 subs, right? I'm about to hit 10,000. And, you know, before this was all planned, you know, we didn't know if we were going to come down this date. That's what it was about. And I said to myself, you know, I admit when I'm wrong. And I said, where am I? I've gotten a lot of subscribers, but it's not about subscribers. It's about the message that I started this for, right? It's not about the number of people that are watching. It's about the number of mouths that can spread the word and what we do. The 10,000 is just a bigger megaphone. We need everybody to start spreading the word. It doesn't matter how many subscribers I have, right? It only matters that the people that are watching let somebody else know that injustice will not be tolerated. Okay? When the people fear the government, it's tyranny. But when the government fears the people, it's liberty. We need more liberty. I was in a post office today, and they freaked out because I was filming. Now, of all the cops I met today, none did the right thing. And they called security. And the security guard walked up to the woman and said, "What's up?" He said, they can't film here. And he said, the security guard said, "There's nothing I can do about it." And she goes, "You can do something about it." He goes, "I can, but I won't." It's their freedom. It's their freedom. And I said to him, "Were you ever in the military?" And he said, "Yeah." And he says, "I'm still defending my oath." He was in the right uniform then, and he's in the wrong uniform now. He should be wearing that blue suit and that silver shield, because we need more men like him, and we need more men like Joe Luna. We need more men like Chi-Town Accountability. We need more men like the people that stand up every day and go to work and feed their families. Like you guys that are watching right now, because you knew that this was coming. And you know what? This has been coming a long time before Joe Luna. This has been coming a long time before I left Boston Logan Airport and landed in Midway International to get here. This has been coming since the very first time, a long time ago, free people, their guns were taken, and an illegal militia attempted to silence them. They stole their guns back, and outnumbered 10-1, they fought off this army of armed thugs. It was a super big story in the news. It made it across the world. And that was the American Revolution. That was when we gained our independence. It started then. That fight began then. And let it never end. Until the bells of freedom stop ringing. Until the tyrants stop violating. And until the people quit. Because I know the tyrants won't stop violating. I know the freedom bells won't stop ringing. And I know the people will never quit. So if it's an ongoing balance, let's just keep it going. So let's close this. Where's Joe?
He's gone.
All right, I want to keep on live anyways, just in case we get retaliated against, but we're going to close this with a final thought from Joe Luna. I always close the discussions with a final, right? But Joe Luna's final thought's the only one that matters. Because like I said, they can take our guns, they'll never take our freedom.
What'd you say? No, there.
So,
Yeah, you really see him live without the house. But yeah, no, actually,
they're going to be pulling around the block in a
they
second.
do actually usually pay attention to that law. There's very rarely they don't.
And you know who takes your guns? People with guns.
When you're running down a list of amendments that they violated, I kind of feel like they violated his third amendment because they forced him to quarter with enemy troops, right? They arrested him and they made him stay with the enemy troops.
That's what I was just saying. That's how the revolution started. I told a little story about how not too long ago, people were working in a town and some local merchants got together and they said they keep taking our guns. So they rearmed themselves and they fought against 10-1 odds against an overwhelming National Guard force.
Yeah.
And it made worldwide news.
Yeah.
It was the American Revolution.
Yes. Yeah.
And that was over a 1% tax, way before people's rights were getting violated as they are right now. So we're getting picked up in a minute. Here's the thing. None of our rights shall be infringed. But we must protect the First Amendment first because it is the building block for the rest. It is the quintessential piece that puzzles our nation. So where's, do we have any idea where he is? I want to give him a final thought here. He's just driving around the block. Guys, I just don't want to let it go. I mean, it's not even, I am concerned that they might retaliate against me, but Joe started this movement for freedom here in Chicago. His words started this fight, and his words are going to close this night. I'm not going to sign off until he said what he has to say, because they silenced him once, but they didn't do it this time.
I think they'll probably be back here if they can.
Can we give him a call? Hey Joel, can we give Joe Luna a call? See where they're at?
Yeah, just send them the location.
All right, gonna be here. in a minute.
That intersection right there?
I'm just keeping live in case the cops. I had someone let me know, not from this precinct, works in another precinct. It's actually a subscriber. Let me know that they were playing something. That's them. That's them guys. So let's talk to Joe Luna. Right here. Yo. I'm gonna sit on this side so I can get Joe Luna's face.
I swear to God, I can't on the block like 2 times.
Just let's go somewhere. Follow us. We'll go to a place to get some drinks. We'll do some interviews. Just follow us. We'll figure it out.
I literally came down this block to see you guys.
Joe,
And the dogs
so
are
this
like
whole
this
thing
long.
started with you standing up for your rights. This whole thing started when they tried to censor your freedom of speech, when they tried to tell you that your voice would not be heard. And today the world's hearing it. So instead of me closing it with, a final thought, you were the one that sacrificed. You were the one that had everything to lose, and just like during the American Revolution, you made a sacrifice and you bettered the lives of others with assault to your own. So the people want to know what you have to say. It's your final thought.
I'm gonna have them accountable for what they did to me, no matter what.
And what did they do to you, Joe?
Violate my rights.
How did they make you feel?
Furious.
Furious?
Yep.
How did you? So when it made you feel furious, what were the emotions? What was the thoughts going through your head?
Just when I sent them off, just because
It makes you emotional,
Yep.
doesn't it?
Yep.
It makes you upset. It makes you hurt, right? Well, you know what? They earned their paycheck tonight, and you told them when you went in there. I told you to tell them that they worked for you, right?
Yep.
And tonight, that's
Yeah.
exactly what they did. So thank you for your sacrifice. Thank you for fighting for my rights.
Yeah.
All right?
All right, check it out.
All right,
Where you
guys.
at right now.
We really appreciate it.
Okay, can you stay somewhere?
And,
I'm at Montrose and Harding.
I came all the way
All right.
up here to let them know.
We got an
But
off
that's
zone?
the reason that
Oh,
Joe
that's
Luna
good.
stopped me today. We'll see you next time. And I appreciate you sending
Now,
me
are
out here. It
you-
was my honor.
You know where the